Hello there. Hey. All right, I'm going to share this over to my pages real quick. And my computer, or maybe it's Facebook, has been so slow lately. So slow. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is FOMO. All right, and I'm going to break that down for you in just a moment. We're going to talk about FOMO and how it is totally messing with you getting the results that you desire to get in your business, right? And if it's your first time watching, welcome. I'm Kendra Woods of KendraKWoods.com. And, all right, let me share this. All right. And I'm going to share it to my group. Hang with me. Hang with me. Sharing a group. Okay. So let's talk so I can see comments coming through. All right. Okay, so let's get started. I'm looking to see if I need to turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone. But I'm going to keep going. We're just going to roll with it. All right, so let's talk about FOMO, because this is something that I always love to talk about, topics that I am currently going through or have gone through, and how I'm choosing to work through them. Because I believe that not only am I the only person that's going through these things or going through the thoughts or, you know, having a certain setback or whatnot. I'm not the only one that's going through that. There's other of you entrepreneurs out there who are going through something very similar. And as a leader in my community, you know, I need to be able to share with you, okay, here's how I work through that. Here's how to get to the other side of it, or here's what you need to do, or, you know, or maybe it's just sharing some inspiration and some encouragement, you know, from my own personal story or whatever. But I like to talk about what I'm going through, what I've been through, because it's real for me, right? It's real for me, and it's not something that's just like made up and we're going to have a conversation about, but it's something that is coming from within me, right? So that helps me to make sure that I'm showing up in a way that's authentic and that is in integrity with what it is that I do as a mindset coach for entrepreneurs. And so I want to talk to you today about FOMO and how it is really halting any results that you want to see in your business. And so those results could be money. Those results could be, you know, a larger following online. It could be you trying to increase the number of members in your Facebook group. It could be you trying to, you know, increase the subscribers on your email list. I mean, whatever results that it is that you're looking for. I mean, it could be you, you know, posting successful Facebook ads, right? Or creating programs or whatever it is. I'm going to plug my phone up here real quick. And so FOMO is simply fear of missing out, right? Fear of missing out is all FOMO is you feeling afraid that you're going to miss out on something. And so what I want to talk to you about today is how that shows up and why it is such a huge distraction and a deterrent for you reaching your ultimate goals, right? And so number one, I want to make something really clear that when you are in business for yourself, when you decide you want to launch a business, whether it's online, whether it's offline or whatever, you've got to go into it with the mindset that you're in it for the long haul, right? Being a business for yourself is not about, you know, doing something, you know, a get rich quick thing, right? Where you see all these, you know, entrepreneurs out there, these other coaches, speakers, authors, whatever, you know, talking about their 4 or 5 and 6 figure months. And you're like, oh my God, that's exactly what I need to do so that I can make the money that I want to make. It's not something that happens like overnight, right? So you've got to have the mindset of, I'm going to do what I need to do in my business with the mindset of this being a long-term venture for me, right? It's not something that you decide to get into and then, say after a couple of months, oh, it's not working, and then you get out of it, right? So that's first and foremost. And so the other thing that I want to bring up to you is this. There's so much for you to learn when it comes to launching a business, growing a business, sustaining a business, creating programs, getting your messaging just right, showing up online, being visible. Like there's so much that goes into creating a successful empire, right? And it can be very easy, especially when first starting out, to have a list of all these things that you need to do, right? Have a list of all these things you need to do. And you're like, oh my gosh, I got to tackle all these things at once, right? And so you get overwhelmed, and then you start buying this program and that program, and you start looking into, this book here and that book there, because you're scared of missing out, right? Fear of missing out is what we're talking about here. Your fear that you're going to miss out on something. And because of that, you're then scatterbrained all over the place, and you're not able to truly focus on what it is that you need to get done. And so I'm bringing this up because, like I said, when I first, started the live stream, this is something that I noticed in myself, right? I noticed that, I had a case of FOMO where I was, afraid of, I was fearing missing out on things. And so what I want to tell you is, that I have programs for days, you guys. I have programs, courses, like for days that I've invested in, that I have taken, that I've completed, some I haven't completed, but that are sitting in my inbox, right? Because every time I would see something, I would say to myself, ooh, I need that. I need that. Oh, yes, I need to, I need to know how to be more confident. Or yes, I need to know how to, get my money mindset in the place that it needs to be. Oh yes, I also need to look at how to, grow my Facebook group. And oh, yep, I also need, these instructions or templates or whatever on how to create Facebook ads, right? And so I found myself like all over the place. And your mind doesn't work that way. Your mind doesn't work like that. Your mind is not able to look at 5 different things and put all of its energy on all of those different areas and actually provide you with a successful outcome, right? It's not going to happen. And so this is the reason why I said in the beginning that when you get into business for yourself, you need to have the mindset that you're in it for the long haul, right? You're in it. There is no getting out of it. Because if you have the mindset, if you can create the mindset of, yes, I'm in this for the long haul, then what you can do is you can then tune within yourself, ask yourself the question, what is it that I need right now? What do I need to focus on right now in my business, right? And then from that space, you can then go out and source any programs, coaches, books, or whatever that you need so that you can gain the knowledge and the skill that you need for that particular area of your business, right? And the other piece of this too is that I was thinking about earlier is, okay, yeah, you need to have a mindset for, this being a long haul type of game, right? When you're in business, but you also need to get yourself to a place of being a CEO, right? Of being the CEO of your business. Many of us that are in business today that have launched a business online are very similar to me, where you worked in corporate, for a while, and you went from corporate to entrepreneur, okay? And if you think about the corporation, the company you worked for, the CEO, his or her whole purpose was to make sure that he or she could drive the business forward by growing the business, increasing its sales and revenue, making sure that the right people were in place where they needed to be, making sure that their name was getting out there in the marketplace and people knew who they were, making decisions when it comes to budgeting and how, making financially healthy decisions and being fiscally responsible. So the CEO kind of like oversees all of that, right? And he or she will have people in place that will focus on all those areas. Well, when you're in business for yourself, yeah, you are all of those different areas. You're tech, you're marketing, you're the content person, you're the course creator, you're the author. I mean, you're everything when you start your online business, right? And now as you grow, I mean, obviously as you grow, you will be able to delegate some of these things to other people, right? But in the beginning, it's just you doing all of this. And it can be very frustrating when you have your hands into all these different programs and then you're not seeing results. And the reason you're not seeing results is because you're not crystal clear on what it is that you need to be focusing on right now. Right? And so you've taken your mind and you split it off into 5 different, places, thinking, okay, well, I'll set aside time each day to do this course and then to do this course and then to do this course, right? And then what happens is you still need to make sure that you're doing your main business functions, right? You still need to make sure you're showing up for your audience or for your tribe. You still need to make sure that you're putting valuable content out there. You still need to make sure that maybe you're touching some of the back office systems of your business, right? And then life happens, and then you find that you're not able to keep up with the pace of the courses that you're currently taking, which then leads you to be frustrated, right? And then what do? Then you're just like, you know what? I'll catch up on this later, or I'll always have this program so I can always go back and catch up on it, right? And it's a way of getting in your way. It's a way of sabotaging yourself, and it's not the most effective way for you to be able to get the specific results that you're looking for. Okay? So, number one, the first thing that you really need to ask yourself is, depending upon what stage of your business you're in, is, okay, what is it that I need to focus on right now in my business, right? Okay? It's like sitting down, getting your mind in order, and saying to yourself, okay, what is it that I need to focus on in my business? What do I want to see happen in my business right now? Okay? And so I'll use me for an example. I asked myself this question, and I realized that I have like the skin on my finger and it's distracting me. I realized that, I've got the back office systems in place for my business, right? I've got the email software for my email list. I've got my software for my sales pages. I've got my Facebook page, my business page. I've got my website. I've got my opt-ins, and I've got those all connected to my email list, so it automatically sends out the emails. I've got my blog set up. I have all the different little things that you need. I have those set up. I have my business, checking account set up. I have all those things set up. And I have all of this amazing content of little, small courses that I've done or free courses that I've done, my, big courses that I've created. I've got several courses that I've created, right? I have all of these, different, free opt-ins. I have everything that I need, yet I was lacking the real structure on how to put it together so that it will yield me, results that I want to see, right? And so right now, a couple of the results that I want to see is I want to hit and exceed my income goals for my business, right? And I want to increase my visibility online, and I want to grow my tribe, right? And so those 2 things are very important to me. And so what I realized is, okay, I'm all about mindset. I'm all about personal development, right? So a lot of the things that I've invested in have been around mindset, have been around, personal development and me working on myself, because I understand that, and I want you to understand this too, that your business, its success or its failure is all based upon your level of growth, how you're growing, right? As you grow, your business will grow. So if you're not growing, then your business isn't going to grow. And because I knew that's something that just came to me automatically, that was where the main where I was putting everything, right, within personal development, mindset, working on my confidence, working on my self-worth, figuring out, getting to my true, message of what it is that I'm trying to convey to my audience, right? But what I didn't have in place was that business side of things, right? The business of it, right? The marketing plan, the, plan to grow my tribe, the plan to grow my email list, right? Like I have all the little pieces of the puzzle. And so now it's like, all right, I need to put those pieces together so that I can create a business that can run, that knows how to run without me, right? It's like, I want to get to a place to where I can work on my business instead of working in it, right? And I think that's a place that many of you want to get to. It's a place that I want to get to, where there are things in my business that are automated, that just work automatically for me, right? That there are programs that I launch, several times a year, and re-enroll people in several times a year, that already have a structure in place to where I'm not recreating the wheel over and over and over again, right? And so when I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, my business model, if you will, is around mindset, is around spirituality, mindset, and business strategy. Period. Okay? And so those are the three things that I know that I need to focus on. And, the spirituality side of it, I need to focus on it for me and my relationship with God. But then also, how can I take that and incorporate what I'm learning there, my growth there, into my business for other female entrepreneurs to benefit, right? And then the whole mindset side of it. I'm doing my mindset work every single day. And as I learn more, as I grow more, then I can then share what I'm learning there with my community and other entrepreneurs, right? And then the same thing with business strategy. And so I am now on that focus of business strategy, right? And you've heard me say this before. I don't really care for strategy, right? But what I'm learning is, as the CEO of my business, I've got to have some strategy in there. Otherwise, it's kind of like you're operating blind. It's like you're getting up every day and you're just like, all right, what am I going to do? All right, here's what I'm doing. But there's no real intention. There's no real purpose. There's no real oomph behind what it is that you're doing. Right? So I feel like I'm kind of just like rambling all over. But the point that I want to get across is for you to really get clear on what it is you need right now in this stage of your business. Do you need more work on yourself? Do you need to work on pulling together your programs and getting them all fleshed out? Do you need to work on what your business strategy is going to be? Do you need to, look into how to grow your tribe some more? And then focus on that thing. Focus on that thing and work through it. Do the work. Put the strategy in place. Right? Let it work for you and then move on to the next, right? Instead of having this scattered brain mind of, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that and I want to do this and I want to do that, because at some point down the line, yes, you're going to need it, but do you need it right now? Okay? And if you're not getting the results you want to see in your business, if you're not starting to actually see the growth, then that means that it's time to sit down and it's time to get clear on what it is that you need to be doing in your business, what areas you need to focus on, and then it's time to start putting your efforts and energy into that, right? And so, number one, like I mentioned earlier, realizing that being a business for yourself is for the long haul. It's not a short little fix. It's not a short little, I'll do this for a little while and see how it works out. It's not a hobby. Your business is not a hobby, and so you cannot treat it as such, right? A hobby is something that you do, because you like to do it, like knitting or gardening or, scrapbooking or whatever it is that you want to do. You kind of just do it whenever you feel like it, right? And that's not your business, though. If that's your mindset, that you do your business whenever you feel like it, then you're not going to see the growth that you want to see. And then the next thing is shifting your mindset to that of a CEO. You are the CEO of your business, right? And so start thinking about what CEOs of these big corporations do, right? I remember when I was working as a medical practice executive, we had like certain times throughout the year where we focused on certain things. And one of the big times of the year was budget. And that was really right around this time, like September, October, leading up into next year, like we solely focused on budget, right? And at the time I had 4 medical departments that I was managing. And one of them, actually, all of them were multiple $1-million practices. Right? So it's like I had to look at everything that we were receiving that year for each practice and by each doctor and determine what the budget was going to be for that year. And so during that time, our director would come to us and say, all right, here's where, it's budget time. Here's the spreadsheets. Here's what you need to do. They're due by this date. You need to have them to your report to. You need to have them to your report to by this date. And then your report to will have it to me by this date. And then we have to get it to finance by this date, right? There was a timeline. And so literally every other medical practice executive that was there, including myself, that's all we focused on for like almost 2 months was just budget, right? Now, did we have to do the other things that we were responsible for? Absolutely, right? I still needed to run my practice. I still needed to touch base with my employees. I still needed to have meetings with my physicians. I still needed to, look at the healthcare claims and look at the denials and look at the collections and run the reports. I still needed to do that. But my main focus was on the budget. Okay. And so that is the mindset that, you've got to carry into your business and think, okay, well, right now, during the season that I'm in, I need to focus on business strategy, right? And so I'm going to focus on that business strategy, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop showing up online or that I'm going to stop providing valuable content to my tribe or that I'm going to, stop, writing my blog or that I'm going to stop creating content. No, you still have to do all of that, right? But then the time in which you're not doing that, you need to be putting towards you working on the project or the initiative for that time that you're in. Finish it, work through it, give yourself a timeline, break it down, chunk it down. Our minds work best when we can take a big project and chunk it into smaller parts, right? So kind of like I was telling you with budget at my old corporate position, we would do budgets for different parts of our medical departments in different chunks, right? So we would work with, the salary expense for all the employees and the physicians, 1 week. And then the next week we would look at any future spending on equipment, on, furnishings for the department, on, any upgrading in technology, like another week. And then we would take another week and we would look at the reimbursements the reimbursement rates for commercial insurance and what they were going to be reimbursing next year and looking at our collections and, estimating what our collections would be for the next year. So chunk it down, right? And create a plan for yourself. Create a plan, because otherwise you're going to be out there just like ping-ponging around all over the place, not getting any results, getting frustrated, and then you're going to get to a point to where you're like, oh, this isn't working, and then you're going to want to quit. All right? So don't be afraid of missing out on anything. Everything that you need is already there. And understand, too, that that's a limiting belief, right? If you have that fear of missing out, like, oh, God, I got to get this program now, because if I don't get it, then, what's going to happen? Or, oh, I got to do this now, because if I don't do it now, then what's going to happen? It's always going to be there. Everything that you need to be successful in your business is available to you already. Okay, so that program that you're looking at, where you're like, oh my God, I got to do this, or oh, I got to do that, or oh, I have to do this. Yeah, it's always going to be there. Your job is to focus on, as a CEO of your business, what is it that I need to focus on right now for my business to move it forward and to meet this particular goal that I have for myself, right? And so it's taking that belief and switching it around to a belief of everything that I need is always available to me. period. The answers are always available to me. The programs that I need are always available to me. If I need help with Facebook ads, there will always be something that's available to me to help me with that, right? So it's simply shifting your beliefs, all right? And so with that, I'm going to lead into my latest program that will actually be going live next week on, is it next week? The 25th on Wednesday. We go live next Wednesday with Breakthrough Bootcamp. That's my 7-week group coaching program, and super, super excited about it. This is the second round of Breakthrough Bootcamp, and essentially what it is, it was a 6-week program. I've added another week in the program, so we're going to be talking about money for a week, so I'm so excited about that. But it's 7 weeks of empowered and intentional elevation to get you clear, on purpose, and into massive action, right? And that's exactly what we've been talking about today, right? With this whole fear of missing out, is the fact that you need to get clear on what it is that you want, number one, right? And so we're going to be diving into you getting clear on your vision for your business, for your life, and what that looks like, and why you want it, and how that would come about, how you're going to feel when that comes about. How's your vision going to affect not only you, but maybe your family? What are some ways in which you would stop yourself from creating this vision? So we're going to get really clear around the vision for your business and for your life, right? And then we're also going to, which is then going to give you which will then give you a clear picture and a vision on where you're going, right? On what direction you need to go in. It will give you that purpose to get you where you want to go. And the last step is massive action, okay? And massive action simply is just aligned action, taking action steps each and every day that are aligned to your vision and your purpose. But if you're not clear on your vision and on your purpose and all that, then your action that you're taking is not going to be congruent with what it is that you want to create, right? Which leaves you on the hamster wheel, right? So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about and working through during Breakthrough Bootcamp. And so we will deep dive into your money mindset. We're going to talk about your money mindset, your beliefs around money, and how you're unconsciously repelling money from you. We're going to be talking about the timeless practice of journaling and how you can literally write your vision and your reality into the physical world, right? So I'm going to share with you that amazing practice that I do every single day that works, you guys. We're going to be confronting that inner critic that's within you, the limiting beliefs that are within you, to help you really understand what they are and how and why they're holding you back. And what else are we going to talk about? Oh, at the end of all this, you will have a purpose plan that's customized to you, right? That will allow you to really embody a no excuses attitude towards creating what it is that you desire to create, right? And so not only will you have, the breakthroughs throughout the course of our time together of those 7 weeks, but after that, you'll be able to take this purpose plan and apply it to every other area in your life and business, to reapply it to your business when you need to break through to a new level, right? So this is about getting you in a place where you can get your internal game in alignment and in congruence with where it is that you want to go out in your business and in the world, okay? So I'll leave the link in the comments. There are some bonuses that are included with this boot camp, and I'll name them out to you here real quick. You're going to get a 30-minute breakthrough and alignment session with me, so one-on-one, me and you, and it's all about you and getting you past all of your internal BS that's keeping you stagnant, okay? And putting together a plan to get you into aligned action. So we get to work together one-on-one and have me to coach you through breaking through and getting aligned to your purpose and your vision. You also get my morning manifestation guidebook along with my Wake and Slay training, which is a 1-hour training. And then you also get my 2-hour training, Magnetic Boss Babe, which was one of my favorite trainings that I have done. That's a 2-part series that teaches you the foundational principles that you must have in place All right. And then choose to operate from every single day to attract exactly what it is that you desire in not only your business, but your life as well. So it's all about magnetizing yourself. So I'm really excited about that. So I'll leave the link in the comments. And if you have questions, just PM me. Send me a message here on Facebook or shoot me an email. And I'll be happy to answer your questions. Or if you want to hop on the phone and chat, about the program and if it's a good fit for you and how it could help you, then we can do that as well. Just send me a message, okay? All right. I'm about to get off of here. I have nothing else to say. So thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments, you guys. If you have questions, leave your questions. I'll come back and answer them. Let me know also what resonated with you. What resonated with you through our conversations today? What came to mind for you? What is it that you're going to work on? Leave me a comment. Let me know. And I'll come back and look at them and answer those questions, okay? All right. Remember, never settle. Never settle. Your best business in life is just on the other side of yes. So say yes to yourself, and I will talk to you again really soon. All right. Bye for now.